Well, we're setting up a new redneck ghillie blind. It's not too safe. A lot of people ask about when to set up blinds for deer hunting, what kind of strategy we use, and I'll show you the place that it's going in a second. It's a perfect place, especially for mid-August right now, and we plan to hunt that sometime probably in September, October at the latest. It's on a great little hunting plot, very small hunting plot, secure area, remote. Has all the conditions that we want for an actual deer blind, meaning we can get in and out without spooking deer, and then we're just watching a little pass through on the way to somewhere else. It wouldn't matter if we were watching a stand of white oaks. We have a great spot of acorns in the back corner. We might actually throw our ghillie on the sled we have back there. We have one on skis. We can pull it around. There's some brush right there. What do you think of that, Dylan?
Sounds good to me.
Like that brush row.
Yeah.
Up above that spot. But we have a spot back there. We've been considering throwing a stand. It might be the perfect spot for a ghillie blind because we can get into a thick area. It's hidden. It won't stick out to the deer, and we can get in and out without spooking. So it's a really good spot for a blind. And so many people want to hunt from a blind. I mean, obviously there's so many people hunting from trees, and we hunt mostly from trees. But a lot of people are setting up a pop-up blind. Something really at the last second and not really giving a lot of thought to the shine of the pop-up blind, how it sticks out, the noise that it makes. And so we really prefer the ghillie blinds, and they're that much more expensive than a high quality pop-up blind, and they're a lot harder to see. You see this? We'll take a look at the one on sleds out there. But with that yarn fabric on the outside, it really cuts down on the glare. There's zero glare, and everyone knows that ghillie blends in. And so when we're putting that in a shrub, bushy area, doesn't matter if it's 2 weeks before the season, other than the smell of the blind that the deer might have to get used to in the area, they're never gonna notice it's there. And so we can't wait to stick it into that spot that's out there. And you know, we have some 5 and 10 foot platforms out here. Wes, who's taking a break right now from box and seed, you can see all the boxes we have going out today. They're constantly going out, but you're just taking a break from box and seed because you take breaks all day, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yep. Just nothing to do. And Wes is doing anything and everything for us. That's about accurate, right?
Yep,
from spraying to spreading to going to clients in the winter time. Yep. You went to 18 clients this year?
Yes, sir.
But he's often putting together the ghillie blinds, which hasn't been a priority yet. And then definitely getting these platforms together out here. And you can see we have these beautiful hard-sided rednecks that are going in. 10-foot platforms right here, 5-foot platform over there. And the thing about these platforms is we go take a blind and put it in that spot where I'm talking about right now, it's gonna severely stick out. I don't want the top of the blind to be that much further than the top of the brush. It blends right in. We have a hard-sided blind on Leo's plot that looks really good, and it blends right in just like one of the ones behind me. But in this spot we need to be very careful, and a lot of times you need to be careful when you're putting those out there. So we don't want to stick it on one of these towers even though it looks really good, and we don't want to spend the location for one of these rednecks over here where we want to put in where we have actually a bow shot and a gun shot. So we like to have that close-up water hole shot, a small little pass-through plot, food plot, an area where there might be some apple trees, but then we can shoot 150 yards over here at another food source. So that's where we use our hard-sided blinds to get the most out of the investment of time and effort, not to mention money that it takes to put them in. But a ghillie blind's a little bit different. So let's go take a look at that spot where we're sticking this one. Now here's that spot we're really excited about to stick that redneck ghillie in. I love places like this. You can see all the dogwood, all the briars that are here, so we can set this in. And then we have a pinch point right down below that pinches those deer off that would go by on a hidden food plot within 25 yards. So I love this because the approach, we're fully screened off getting in here. The deer can't see us below. We can actually access through the corn down in a little waterway through here, so we can get in here, come straight into it without spooking any deer. And then the ghillie blind, it blends in perfectly right here. This drops off a lot. You can see, you know, one step, each step I keep going down in the briars, it's going to go down. It drops off a good 3 feet within 6 feet. So we're putting a platform that'll go out, and then we'll actually, you can bolt that ghillie blind right to the top of the wood. So that'll stick right in here. It'll blend in, it'll be right at this level. And the worst thing we could do is put it on a 5-foot or 10-foot platform in this case and have it completely stick out and watch the deer look right at us while we're climbing into it, or certainly silhouette. So this is the spot. It's going to be a good one. And if you like these ghillie blinds, $50 off. There's a promo code in the description. Check them out. Now that's our redneck ghillie blind on skis. This is where I shot my turkey out of this spring. It's so easy to pull around. You can pull around with an ATV, but we didn't want to stick it in the other location within that gray dogwood, just because we can move this anywhere. It's so easy to move around, and those skis are very, very durable. It makes it so this is very, very, very tough and sturdy. We've had some severe winds this year that have blown over the neighbor's sorghum. It's blown over some of our switchgrass, leveled it, some really high straight line winds, and it's stood here because the thing weighs several hundred pounds. Sorry for interrupting, we'll be right back, but it's getting close to fall planting season. We have some of our favorite blends, some newer blends, Big Boost 365. We have our Power Greens 365. Those have the perennial base. We're actually planting some of that here. Big Boost, Fall Power Greens, those are some of our favorites, our all-time sellers. We're actually taking this strip of clover right here. We're gonna make that a perennial back up there. We're gonna terminate this buckwheat. We'll plant into it in the coming weeks, and then we're gonna hunt right behind me. Mock scrape right there. We're all set up. I hope you are too. Check out Pure Wildlife Blends. Now back to the video. And it's stood here because the thing weighs several hundred pounds. So it's really durable. And we wanted to be able to move that around, have the portability. And what we'll do with the ghillie blind, the other one, instead of attaching it to a sled base or just sticking it on the ground, we're actually going to bolt it right to the wood platform. So the wood platform will be secured to the ground. We'll bolt that, and we fully expect to stand up and stand the test of time. I've used these ghillie blinds for, well, going back to 2016. Really enjoyed them, and we're going to really enjoy that setup over there. And this one right here, we have some places for that. Like I said, that might go in the southwest corner area, what we call it, where you can stick it up in a hedgerow. And because they're ghillie, and with that yarn, you can see there's no shine to it, but it really, really starts to blend in these locations. So can't wait to set it up and hunt out of it very soon. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. I appreciate you watching the videos. We have over 600 articles on whitetailhabitatsolutions.com. It's all free. And I also appreciate those of you that check out our books. I have 5 books starting from 2012. We have web classes on the site, whitetailhabitatsolutions.com. Check out Pure Wildlife Blends. I really appreciate you guys that have already purchased our seed. We've had thousands of people. We've shipped to 48 states. We have digital land management through whitetailstrategy.com. That's taking all these ideas and concepts I put in the YouTube videos and digitally transforming your land for you. And then finally, we have our clients and client visits. We'll visit over 300 clients as a group this year. We visit anywhere in the country. Boots on the ground is always the best, but we have a lot of ways to help you, from free to client visits and all in between. Check us out again, whitetailhabitatsolutions.com, Pure Wildlife Blends, and whitetailstrategy.com.